Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Diana. Thank you so much for being here. I am almost ashamed to admit that for this journal update, the first one of 2026, I made drastic changes, and some of these changes are completely contradictory to my 2026 journal lineup plans. Okay, so without further ado, let's get this started. Okay, let's first go over the things that I did not change. So this book stayed pretty much the same. I still have my monthly layout where I track my homework and the days off and my YouTube uploads, goals, to-dos. And I just started on my February layout as well. And the second insert of this traveler's notebook is my weeklies, where I plan out everything basically. And I'm currently on the second week of January. And the third book is my commonplace book. And I actually did a lot from the last week of December until right now. So I have some short film or comic ideas, and this one's interesting because I watched a YouTube video and it is basically comparing the real history of the British Isles versus Game of Thrones, which was super refreshing, and it got me interested in history because I love Game of Thrones and the book series. And these are all historical notes. And then I was looking at how to speak more clearly and some 2D animation skills notes and some of the illustrators that I found while watching another YouTube video, and a sort of a story moment between my sister and I, where she asked to take a bite of a cookie I was having, and she completely devoured the entire cookie. And this one's funny. It's about the fact that I cannot do a your quintessential sad face. Like, for some reason, the corners of my mouth cannot move down without using my hands. So it's like some muscle control weird thingies that I have with my face, I guess. And some quotes that I liked from Home Alone 2. It was actually my first time watching that movie, can you believe it? Here I was looking at how to control my line work when drawing with a pen, and some of the drawing notes. And this is it. A very quick walkthrough of a journal that stayed pretty much the same. And here is where it gets interesting. Remember at the end of last year, I was like, okay, I'm gonna track what I do each day in a vertical weekly. And yeah, so I did that for a week and a half, and I stopped. And the reason why I stopped is because oh my gosh, I got a new notebook. It is a Stalogy. Wait, let me see, I wrote it down here. It is a Stalogy 018 Editor Series 365 Days A5. So yes, I actually did not plan to do 1 page a day at all for, I don't know, for the rest of my life. But then I saw this notebook for a very reasonable price on Facebook Marketplace, and I was like, okay, I had to get it. So I did, and here we are. I think I got it Thursday, and I spent a lot of time transferring what I had from this into my 1 page a day. I'm still debating whether or not to show this book in its entirety because I did write some sensitive information on there, including names and places of where I live. So I'm probably gonna blur everything here, but just give you a rough idea of what I write on here. Here, let me show you this one because this one doesn't have anything sensitive. Okay, so it's basically I divided the page into two sections. The left is my timeline where I track when I wake up and I write a little nice note to myself of what I hoped tomorrow will be. And then to the right side is just whatever I want to elaborate on. For example, the movie journal right here, I elaborated on it right here. And because I got Animal Crossing, and here is my reflection, and I got a bottle of Sailor ink. It is waterproof and I was very happy about it, except it's not as black as I thought it would be. So I was comparing the ink with my black gel pen. And so yeah, this is basically the gist of this notebook. Since I got the Stalogy, I pretty much left this notebook alone. I didn't do anything to it at all afterwards. What I did do was I pasted the Stalogy's cover and the 5-year diary cover. I'm gonna talk about that later. Here to serve as like a sort of in creative collage and some kind of journal. I'm probably gonna use this as my travel journal and just ignore all the dates and lines and the words and numbers and stuff. Yeah, so for now, it still lives here. You know what? Since I'm not really using it. For now, I'm gonna take it out. After converting to the Stalogy, I tried to do sort of a planning with this Vertical Weekly, but I find that it's not really doing anything. Sometimes it could be helpful, but other times I just prefer to go about my day as I like it. So yeah, I'm probably gonna save this for another time for another purpose. Goodbye. Alright, so my movie journal. I'm very proud to report that I watched 4 movies this year. Yay, so far. Okay, so I watched Instant Family, Night at the Museum, Mickey 17, and Oppenheimer. And I do fully regret not watching Oppenheimer in theater when it came out. Okay, and here are all the movies that I plan to watch in this year. So I printed everything out and placed it here. So when I do watch it, I don't have to print it and then write about it. I can just write about it. Okay, and this is a new edition. I decided to migrate my sleep, mood, skin, stress, and cycles tracker to a completely different new insert here. I am using a spread for each month now, and I also decided to track what I ate as much as I can. Just writing all the ingredients to the best of my ability to remember what I ate. And just gonna briefly walk you through this part. Mood tracker right here. And sleep, I started highlighting at when I went to sleep the previous night and stop at when I woke up this morning. And I also mark when I got up during the night. And the number of times I got up and how my skin feels like every day is not been feeling very good. And the notes about my skin or about the food that I eat, whether it's spice, large amount of sugar, or dairy. And let's backtrack. So the first page is my 2026 ambitious to watch list. I currently have only about like 20 to 30. Fingers crossed I will actually fulfill it this year. And my 2026 goals. So obviously I want to finish school and graduate, and I want to have some sort of a regular exercise routine, and I want to finish actually all of the tutorials or classes I bought online but never had the chance to actually go through them. And in terms of business, I'm not really doing anything at the moment, and I'm pretty much failing this as of today. But I would love to open up my own shop domain. And YouTube, I would love to get monetized this year, which means 1,000 subs and 5,000 watch hours. Yeah, I'm nowhere near. But at least what I can do is to try to upload 2 videos a month and stay consistent in the niche and improve overall the sound quality, the editing. Okay, so those are my 2026 goals, and I broke it down into quarterly goals from January to March. And here are the things that I wish I could accomplish by the end of March. I left a space for January recap before my tracker, so I'm gonna briefly write what happened this month, what I'm proud of, what I wish to change for next month, people that I met, places I've been, stuff that I bought, things I learned, and reflection and looking ahead. I actually stole this idea or parts of it from the Jibun Techo. I believe that's where I got it from. So I think one of the planner designs out there actually has some sort of monthly recap reflection page before each month. And I was like, that's a pretty good idea. So I took what I liked, I got rid of what I did not want to write about, and I added stuff that I think is relevant for me. And so here is what I have. Okay, so this is the new edition, and this is my sticker release paper, which stays pretty much the same. Okay, you're done. Goodbye. And here is my good confession, because I am very ashamed to say that I completely abandoned the idea of a story-worthy journal. I feel so bad for saying it because I was really looking forward to it until I got my 5-year diary. Okay, so this is what happened. The same person who was selling the Stalogy on Facebook Marketplace was also selling a 5-year diary. And I first contacted the person for the Stalogy, and we agreed on a place and a date to meet and stuff. And then I went on his profile after a day or two, and then I saw like, hey, this person actually has a 5-year diary, which I kind of want to try it out. But I was still debating whether I want to commit to something this huge. There are so many cat hairs on this thing for the next 5 years. So I waited another, a day or two before I contacted the person saying like, hey, if the 5-year one is still available, I would love to take it as well. And the person replied by saying that, someone else is interested in the 5-year diary and the Stalogy we already talked about. So if you can confirm the date and the time again with me and then confirm that you want both of them, I will save it for you. So I was like, shoot. If I don't get the 5-year one, I will also lose my Stalogy one. So I was like, okay. I'm gonna get everything from you and I'm gonna come as soon as I can. So after class, I went to the person's house and I picked both up. And yeah, so this is partly why I decided to not go through with my story-worthy journal anymore, because some of the contents actually overlap. I don't feel like I want to burden myself with so many journals to update at the end of every day, on top of everything else I had to do. So I'm just gonna show you what I had in this book, and we will convert it back to what it meant to be a sketchbook, blank sketchbook. So January 1st, I had a very weird and awkward conversation with a mom's friend. And then January 2nd, I saw some cats when I was taking a walk around my neighborhood. And January 3rd, this didn't actually happen, but I imagined a drop of water hitting straight my skull. And then January 4th, I realized I forgot to bring my some of my cat's scooping poop stuff with me, and I had to do it the old-fashioned way with a plastic bag and my bare hands, which was gross anyway. And some conversation that I overheard. and then a really beautiful scenery that I was able to stop by and witness on my way back home from school. I also do want to show you the designs that I made for the book. I think I will keep it and somehow repurpose it, but for now it will, stay in my inventory somewhere. So this is January and February and March, and that's as far as I got. And okay, another reason why I'm sort of abandoning, I don't like the word abandon, but it is true. Another reason why I'm abandoning this book is because although I'm using a washi tape, it still adds up to the thickness of the book. And I don't know if you can see right here. So the thicker part is where all the dates are being taped on there. And then if I pinch it, it actually becomes a lot thinner without the tapes. Which means when I write, there is this mountain and valley thing going on here 3 times per page, which is very inconvenient to write on. And I couldn't figure out a good way to solve this problem other than to, just hand draw everything, the dates, the weeks, the faces. And I really don't want to do that for 365 days of the year. Another reason is that I was hoping to sell this in my shop as a bundle where you can just buy it and then create your own 5-year journal. But the problem is that if I do sell it, for the customers that are actually buying it, it is cheaper to just get a 5-year diary. So why bother buying stickers from me and then have to spend like hours making your diary and then also spending extra money on a notebook that you want to turn into a 5-year diary? It's just doesn't make any sense from a business perspective. It also doesn't make any sense for me on a personal level for a writing experience. So this is why I sadly said goodbye to this book. That was a lot of things to say in such a short amount of time. Okay, so I want to end this by saying a huge thank you to all of your support and to everyone who is watching all the way until the end right here. Thank you so much, and I wish you a wonderful, happy, healthy, full of good food and full of good laughter 2026. And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and all that stuff. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.